it's Maggie and
Zach.
you're wearing your Mr. Trenton shirt today.
Actually, it is Mr. Trenton today.
Yes. So we're doing some fun videos, and this is going to be the first, I think, of a series. I had brought up some spooky stories in a previous video, and you guys like overwhelmingly said you wanted to hear all of our ghost stories, which the other night we went out to dinner and we went through all of our stories, and I didn't know this, but Zach kept an entire log on his phone, so we have it in front of us now. We have an entire log, apparently, of everything we've ever experienced.
It's quite a bit.
Yeah, there's more than I thought, so it'll be fun. We are going to tell 3 stories tonight, and depending on what you guys think, we will share some more. So I might be wearing the same outfit in future videos because we're going to record it for fun, but we can share that if you guys enjoy this video.
And all stories are to be continued as it's constantly an evolving topic for us.
Yes, and I do want to say this is all lighthearted and fun, but the stories we're telling you, we did experience, so it's a little scary. All right, so we're going to get into the first story, and we're going to give you a little bit of background. I gave some background in a previous video. We used to live in an 1820s house, and it was believed to be part of the Underground Railroad.
Yep.
There was lots of like weird stuff in this house.
False doors were also kind of interesting, or false flooring where you could lift it up and have little like hideaway spots was kind of cool.
Yeah, and like a weird amount of closets, lots of spaces you could hide, and it was also like 4,000 square feet. We definitely didn't need it. We rented because it was a huge house, and it had 8 bedrooms, so way more than we would ever need. And all of our friends that would visit felt super creeped out. Zach and we didn't really feel that way, right?
Nah.
It was
not much phases me.
no, like it was weird, and the basement was weird.
I love the basement. I thought it was a very cool basement.
The first day we moved in, our dog went down into the basement and almost jumped into the well because our well was in the basement. You could like look into a hole in the wall, look through it, and see all the water.
It's about like a
crazy.
8-foot drop, the water there, and there was really no way out of there.
Yeah, it was bizarre, but
cool.
Super cool. We loved it. We felt fine. Friends did not, and they didn't really like staying there. Oh, do you remember the little light bulb that was at this house?
I do.
I always thought if we were gonna have a ghost story in that house, it would be the light bulb it was like on the entrance to the basement, and it let you know that somebody was down there. I don't remember exactly how it worked, but it was like if somebody opened a door downstairs, the light bulb up in our kitchen would light up. So that's how I thought we'd have a ghost story, but we never had that occur. It never lit up by itself. But this was my experience. Zach wasn't actually here for this one. His cousin was. Maybe we should have brought your cousin in for this one.
Would have looked down his tail.
Yes, it was scary. It was one of the more scary ones, and it was the only weird thing we ever experienced in that house. So we were home one night. His cousin was visiting, and Zach was, I don't know where you were, but you were like not there. You were at the grocery store.
Oh, I think it might have been work, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So we're waiting for Zach to get home, and on our back door, we heard this insane knocking just out of nowhere. Exactly like that. And it was forceful and so loud. Scared the heck out of us. And so Tyler went to explore. He went out the back door looking. Mind you, this is the back door to the house. This is not the front door where most people would knock. But yeah, he went outside, looked around. We turned on all the floodlights, looked around. He explored the yard. Nothing. We couldn't figure out who was doing it, what happened. We even thought it might be Manners, our dog. Her tail, if she's against like a wall or a door and she starts wagging her tail, kind of sounds like a...
Especially when she gets excited, it throws us off still, even in our house today, so...
Yeah, but she was with us. She was not near the door. She was not by herself, unaccounted for. So that was the only weird experience. We never figured out if somebody had snuck over. We couldn't seem to find anybody. If they were playing a prank on us,
Well played.
Well played, and that was creepy because you went to the backyard of that place. So that was the first encounter and the only encounter I ever had, if you want to count that. Then that brings us to our current house, because we got the heck out of there.
Not because of that, but because of the landlord situation.
Well, when it started raining on our dining room table, we said,
Yeah.
we're going to head out. So we decided to move, and that's how we got this property. It is an 1850s farm. Actually, we believe the barn, which is what we're in right now to film this, we believe the barn is probably closer to 1830s, 1840s, and then the house was built afterwards. We have a number of stories in this house, and we've also got stories not related to our house, just like us out and about. But Zach's going to tell
the next tale.
The beer story, which was one of our earlier ones. It was quite a while ago that this happened.
So we were both in our living room. Mags was getting ready for bed. I had a new beer I was excited to try, kind of a rarer stout I found. So I was excited for it. I just poured it in my little glass. Mags bid me adieu, was heading up to bed. So I just came up real quick to say goodnight to her. I went into the kitchen or something. This, again, it was a little while ago. I sit back down, and this is a heavier beer, so I usually drink them a lot slower. I had taken maybe one sip. I come back, and majority of it is missing, and I just kind of look perplexed, stare at it for a second, yell up to Mags like, "Hey, did you happen to drink any of that or bump it over or anything?" And she was kind of confused, like, what was going on?
I remember coming down, and I was like, did you chug your beer? What the heck did you do? Good Lord, you just opened that thing. And he was like, no. You drank my beer. And I was like,
yeah.
I didn't drink it. I would be dropped dead on the floor here. So that was weird.
Yeah, it was one I was really looking forward to, just enjoying for the next hour, and it had vanished. There was maybe an ounce or two left at the bottom, and that was all I had. It was quite a bummer, and to this day, we do not know where it went. There was no liquid spills or wet spots on the ground, carpet, table, or anything around it, so just completely...
Yeah, I don't think the dogs got to it either. That would have been some skill, that they didn't spill any.
Yeah.
Bruno just taking a little sneaky sniff.
But yeah, completely vanished, and
I'm
still truly perplexed as to what happened, and wasn't the end of days, just a little bummed out, and hopefully the whoever partook in it had a great time afterwards. So,
sneaky ghost.
as I'm about to sip on my witch's brew tonight.
Yes, witch's brew, guys. Okay. So, the next story that we have, and final one that we'll tell in this video, is probably my favorite and the funniest one, but also we cannot figure it out.
Which one is this?
The puzzle piece ghost.
Ah, this is her favorite.
I think this may have been the first thing that ever happened, that we were really weirded out by.
At least 2 years ago this occurred, if not 3.
I would say, I think it was the first summer we were here.
Oh, maybe.
Because we haven't done puzzles in a long time. We ain't got time for that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't have a date on my phone for when this occurred. I've been keeping the exact dates and times now, so this one was before we really kept a log of everything.
Before we noticed a pattern of like, oh, there's some weird stuff going on here. But I will not forget this.
No.
It was crazy. So we used to do puzzles because we're old, you know? And I remember Zach got really into it one night, and he nearly finished.
Because you were getting ready for bed. It was like you didn't want to wrap it up that night. I was like, oh, we got to wrap it up. There's only like 20 pieces left, or less than that even. And I was just knocking out the last few.
Yep. And then I'm laying on the couch. I'm exhausted. I'm laying on the couch being lazy. And Zach's in the dining room working on this puzzle when I hear, are you freaking kidding me? There's 2 pieces missing. Which always happens, right?
Always.
But he's looking everywhere. I mean, you went as far as to go down in the basement, because we have old wooden plank floors and there's like spaces in between them. You went as far as to go down into the basement to search the floor for puzzle pieces. I remember you taking the entire thing and kind of like shifting the puzzle back and
Yep,
forth.
wiping my hand across the top just in case a piece blended in with the rest of the puzzle. I was just batting everything
Yep.
away all around the table, on the floor, everything around the area, and completely nothing. So we kind of like, all right, well, I guess we're not going to be able to finish the puzzle. It's down
Yeah.
2 pieces, so.
Yep. And then I remember you went up to shower before
Yep.
bed. I was still on the couch watching TV. And you finished up your shower. You came back downstairs. And I guess you went to admire your work of like how
Our
far
work.
you got.
It was the both of
I
us.
barely did
Our.
anything myself. I put like 5 pieces in there, so I'll take that.
They were challenging pieces.
Out of like a 2,000 piece puzzle. That was my part. But you went to admire your work, and you were like, "Oh my God, are you playing a joke on me, Max? Like, what are you doing?" Do you remember that?
Yeah, I was like, just like, what is going on here? And I'm thinking Mags was messing with me. As I come downstairs, there are the 2 pieces sitting right beside where they would need to go in, directly on top of the puzzle. No idea where they came from. Again, we had checked everywhere before, and I, again, wiped the whole puzzle down to see if they were hidden on top of it or anything, and nothing. So I was...
You thought it was me, and like, I would admit at this point, 3 to 4 years later, like, it was me. It wasn't me. I was too lazy on the couch. Like, I was half asleep. So when you said that, goosebumps immediately.
Yeah.
Like, that was so weird. But that's why I think the ghost that's in our house is hopeful.
a friendly fellow.
Yeah.
Or fella.
Yeah. Like, nothing. We've had a couple things that have happened that are a little aggressive, which we will get to in future videos.
One of our favorites.
Oh, it was scary, but
Yeah.
but yeah, that was our puzzle piece ghost. That's my favorite story. I think it's so weird. But we definitely have a whole list as I'm staring at them of more encounters. And I do want to. I'm going to tell one more story.
Okay.
And it's not. It isn't even a story. It's just after I made whatever update video I made just a few weeks ago, telling a couple of our stories. I had mentioned a story where doors upstairs were slamming shut on their own.
Yep.
Which was not super long ago at this current moment, July 2021. That night, after I uploaded that video, I was in bed.
I remember.
Zach went out to the barn, and I heard doors downstairs slam. I knew he was out at the barn, but I texted him. I said, did you come back in? Are you back in the house? He's like, no, I'm still out in the barn. I think you had the dogs with you too. So I was
Yeah.
literally the only one in the house. And the doors were slamming downstairs. And we didn't have windows open. It was too
Nope.
dang hot outside to have any windows open. So there was no draft like.
We like to roll out all the
doors.
possibilities.
And the door that it sounded like our basement door, which we don't
I remember
really
you
go
told me
into.
this.
We actually lock our basement door. So I was laying in bed like, well, not sleeping now. Guess I'm awake for the night. So just wanted to update you guys on the slamming doors. We haven't had any more since, but
No.
that was strange. Oh, I forgot. Well, we got more stories. We can't tell every single one in this video.
We'll start the next one with the one that just came to your mind.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking of?
I think I do.
Okay. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments below. I hope that you enjoyed this fun, unusual style video for somebody who talks about chronic illness. There you go. But we thought it'd be kind of funny and entertaining. So, alright guys, we will see you in the next. Bye.